All right, we will call the meeting of the February 29, 2024 meeting Board of Commissioners to order, and I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioner Cavell. Here. Commissioner Erickson Galt. Here. Commissioner Gershenson. Here. Commissioner Gingell. Here. Commissioner Hoffman. Present. Commissioner Johnson.
Present.
Commissioner Joliet. Here. Commissioner Long. Commissioner Lubes. Here. Commissioner Markham. Here. Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Nelson.
Here.
Commissioner Powell. Commissioner Rahman.
Present.
Commissioner Smith Charles. Commissioner Spiz. Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
Commissioner Wiper.
Here.
Commissioner Woodward.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Spiz, Long, and Smith Charles excused with notice. Next up, we have the invocation that will be delivered by the Honorable Brendan Johnson, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Johnson.
Mr. Chair. Colleagues, I hear a lot, and I think you've probably also heard a lot often, the phrase soul of a nation, soul of America. And I don't know if you've ever given it a little bit of thought, but I think a lot to myself, what is the soul of America? What is the soul of our nation? And I've landed on something that I think is the soul of America. And as we convene today, I wanted to draw inspiration from that. It's the poem by Emma Lazarus, The New Colossus. If you're familiar with it, it's emblazoned on a plaque on the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty. It was commissioned to help fundraise for the American building of that pedestal to accompany the French gift. The French only gave us the top part, and we built the bottom part too. So it's there for everyone to see who passes by. This is The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles, from her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command, the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. In these words, we find a vision of America that transcends borders, embraces diversity, equality, a nation founded on the principles of liberty and the pursuit of happiness. I'd like us all to approach our duties today with that same mindset, and may we strive to uphold that same virtue. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Johnson. Next up, we got approval of the minutes from our February 7th meeting. Is there a motion moved by Commissioner Lubes, seconded by Commissioner Gingell? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Let the record reflect that the minutes have been approved unanimously. And next up, can we get an approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting as presented? Moved by Lubes, seconded by Markham. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. And let the record reflect that the agenda has been approved unanimously. We have an exciting and amazing presentation this evening, and I would like to bring up Commissioner Powell and Commissioner Lenny Taylor and Commissioner Gershenson to lead us in the presentation of our 2024 Black Excellence Awards.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Oakland County Commissioner Angela Powell, and my district is the City of Pontiac and Bloomfield Township. And
good evening. I'm Commissioner Lenny Taylor for District 18.
And I'm Commissioner Marcia Gershenson, and I represent West Bloomfield.
So I'm going to start by welcoming all our awardees and your family members and guests for being here. So just to give a little background about this award, which I was the brainchild behind it in 2022. And the reason is because we wanted to shine a light on those doing good things in our county. In our third year, it is still important to myself, Commissioner Smith Charles, she also served Southfield with Lenny Taylor. She couldn't make it today. And also with Commissioner Gershenson and our entire board, that we lift up those unsung heroes around our community. Historically, minority groups have been overlooked. So I'm very excited that we continue to present these awards during Black History Month. Tonight, we are honoring 5 individuals who were chosen out of nearly 24 nominations. These recipients were nominated by community members throughout Oakland County, so we had nothing to do with this. Let's go on record. This was all community driven. The work in all the different areas, but one thing remains constant. They are truly committed to making our region a better place. It has been an honor to learn more about all of our nominees, and so I'm going to get to it and kick off the awards. So I'm going first. So my lovely folks from City of Pontiac, and I'm going to start with, which is a longtime friend. We've been in high school and a lot of trenches together, Isha Branner. Isha is described as a force who responds to community needs with robust programming that supports, come up here, girl. That supports individuals in reaching their goals and fullest potential. By one of her nominators, Ms. Branner is a proud native of Pontiac and a dedicated mother of 4 daughters. She graduated from Pontiac Central, even though I went to Northern, but we'll leave that there, in 2002, and went on to earn an associate's degree in criminal justice corrections, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice administration, and a master's in human service with a specialization in multidisciplinary human services. For the past 4 years, I've seen this and I witnessed it. I've been sad of her. So for the past 4 years, Ms. Branner has served as founder of CEO of eCommunity Outreach Services, a nonprofit dedicated to assisting families in need through case management services, community resources, and other support services. Earlier this year, which I am a member of, she also unveiled the Women in Business Working Center, a space dedicated to empowering women entrepreneurs and fostering their success. She has also previously formed a nonprofit, Fitness and Mentoring. The program expanded through collaboration with Sheriff Powell, which is where we both worked, and she did an amazing job, thank you, and served over 500 young people. Her track record in our community engagement, especially in youth and parent empowerment programs, has helped build a stronger and more resilient community. Her remaining rooted in her hometown of Pontiac is described as a beacon of inspiration. And a former mentor says they witnessed firsthand the positive influence Ms. Branner has had on their work ethics in pursuit of their dreams. So thank you so much. You know I appreciate you. So let me get you your award.
Thank you. Where's the Women's Center?
Take a picture, then I'll let you see where you would like. Turn it over to you.
That was a lot. I just want to say I am truly honored. Thank you. Just hearing what you had to say, it reminded me, like, I have done a lot, but there's a lot more to be done. I'm appreciative. I love what I do, and stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me see. Oh, yep. And I have one more amazing person in our city doing great things. Dominique Ali Head. Mr. Head of Pontiac, come on up. Mr. Head of Pontiac, founder, investor, and mechanical engineer, is the managing partner of Essentials Recycling, where he has been expanding recycling in commercial industry since 2008. He has also served as the board of directors of the Pontiac Regional Chamber since 2016 and has made significant contributions to his community. His leadership and vision have been instrumental to the chamber's success. Further, his creation of the nonprofit Pontiac United Education Coalition has brought together school district leaders, businesses, nonprofits, and institutions of higher learning to improve educational outcomes for children in Pontiac. I am a member of the Pontiac Chamber, and he knows I try to support him as well. Mr. Head's Pathways of Prosperity program, which includes the Higher Pontiac Initiative, promotes lifelong learning and improved educational outcomes for residents, is a shining example of the visionary leadership he brings to our community. He also serves on the Oakland Literacy Council Board, helping to promote and advance the council's belief that all people have a fundamental right to literacy. Overall, Mr. Head's leadership has been instrumental in breaking down silos and strengthening collaborations in the Pontiac community and throughout Oakland County. And I just want to say thank you, sir. So we'll take a picture. Thank you, and turn it over to Ms. Marks.
Thank you to the commissioners, thank you to the chairperson, David Woodward, and thank you to the members of the chamber. I'm really thankful for all the families in Oakland County who love living here. They're proud of all that we do in our county, and we're here to empower those families to participate in a thriving economy. So thank you.
Thank you. Now, the next two nominees will be honored by Commissioner Taylor, and then we'll close out with Commissioner Gershenson on the left. Okay.
Thank you. Tonight, I'm bringing forth Micah Burley. Would you please come forward? Ms. Burley, as she's coming forward, is a resident of Southfield. She is an accomplished professional with work experience at Fortune 500 companies, a passionate advocate for tech as a driver toward economic equity. She led over $4 million in philanthropic, digital inclusion investments, tech training programs, and partnerships across Detroit, Cleveland, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and at the Rocket Community Fund. She also aided in the creation and management of programs that supported tech entrepreneurs at TechTown Detroit. She currently serves as an associate director for the skills team at Michigan Central, a hub dedicated to advancing new technologies and programs that address barriers to greater social, economic, and physical mobility. She has been recognized as a Michigan Chronicle 40 Under 40 honoree and a Mich Business Shooting Star awardee. She was named as a Mackinac Policy Conference Future Leader and is a graduate of Leadership Detroit. Ms. Burley is especially proud to be a Spirit of Detroit Award recipient for homeless advocacy. Ms. Burley's volunteer work includes membership on Empower Michigan's Regional Advisory Board, supporting the nonprofit's mission of creating pathways to economic prosperity through digital careers for military veterans and young adults from underserved communities. She is also an appointed board member of the Engagement Committee of Brilliant Detroit, all of which, in the words of her nominator, further exemplify her dedication to community service. Would you like to say I'm
It is very strange to hear great things about yourself, but I do very much so appreciate the sharing of my bio. I first want to thank the Oakland County Board of Commissioners for this honor and recognition. I certainly don't take it lightly, and I really, it is an emotional piece for me to be a representative of Oakland County in such a way. I've had a bit of time to think about what Black excellence actually means to me as I've been notified of being a recipient of this award. And I think for me, and I assume for the other awardees, it is a consistent accepting of the knock to your door that says you are here to do something that's greater than just yourself, and to lead in efforts that don't only support you and your family, but also support the greater good. And it's very important to me to give of myself to others. And I think that is what Black excellence means to me. It's very important to me to be a light to the world around me, to my community, and certainly to Oakland County. So thank you all very much. I very much so appreciate this.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, would Dr. Vivian Greenway please come forward? Ms. Greenway is also a resident of Southfield, currently serving on several national committees of Case Management Society of America, including on the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee to ensure representation in this sector of healthcare. She recently completed 2 terms as the National Board Director, Chapter President, Council Representative for CMSA, where she advocated for healthcare professionals striving to improve patient care management outcomes. She is also the immediate past president of CMSA Detroit, an organization dedicated to increasing the visibility of the healthcare case management profession in Southeast Michigan. Under her leadership, Dr. Greenway was instrumental in securing a proclamation from Governor Gretchen Whitmer to recognize October 8th through the 14th of 2023 as Case Management Week in Michigan. Dr. Greenway has over 30 years of clinical experience and has earned numerous degrees, including a doctorate in human services, a master's of science in administration, and a bachelor of science in nursing. In 2023, she received the Distinguished Oakland University Nightingale Award. In addition to her impressive work, experience, and credentials, she is currently on the Leadership Succession Committee for Sigma Theta Tau Nursing Honor Society and gives back to local communities by volunteering with Rhonda Walker Foundation as a mentor. She is also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Thank you to the Board of Commissioners, the Selection Committee, as well as the Chamber. And thank you to my family and friends. This is a wonderful award. I know that a number of the honorees has come up and said what they said. I am so elated to be among those that have received this award. It's emotional, and through the labor of love that we do, I appreciate being selected. Given that this is leap year, I think it's leap year, even though it's every so often, I'll still think about this every day when I place this on the mantle and look at it to know that this was a recognition of something greater than myself. So thank you, and I appreciate it.
Well, you're right, it is emotional. Yeah. And I am honored to ask Mr. Christian Williams to join me. A lifelong resident of Oakland County, currently living in West Bloomfield, Mr. Williams has been revolutionary in the career services field. In October 2018, he launched CJW Consulting Group, an entrepreneurial endeavor and full-scale professional development business that offers consulting for resume development, cover letters, LinkedIn optimization, which I could use, and interview coaching. From right here in Oakland County, his firm has helped people across the country develop their careers in healthcare, business, education, technology, human resources, media, law, and more. As of December 2023, Mr. Williams has consulted with nearly 2,000 clients, ranging from individual contributors to vice presidents and C-suite professionals. His assistance has helped them generate an average of $26,000 each in salary increases. Concurrently, he also serves as a supplier diversity consultant at Henry Ford Health. In this role, Mr. Williams advocates for minority and women-owned business enterprises to promote a diverse and equitable supply base for the major health system. He has earned an MBA with emphasis on international business, is bilingual in Spanish. He's received the 40 Under 40 award from Michigan Chronicle and Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and gives back to his community through both business and community engagements in which he focuses on career advancement and achievement. Congratulations, really great.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the Oakland County Board of Commissioners for this award. Also, I'd like to thank my parents for being here for me. And you know, when I started this in 2019, I never thought that I would be here today. So I just want to say, dream big, and there's nothing that you can't do. And I want to keep being of impact, and I have a lot more work to do. Thank you.
So again, I want to thank my commissioners who were able to present to these fine individuals we were able to honor, and just say, continue doing the work. We need you. There's a lot of work to be done, and we need every community partner or individual that can help in the spaces of our different communities here in Oakland County. So thank you. Did you want to have something?
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that participated. There was 25 applications. It was 26. So please continue to show your interest in this Black Excellence Award. It was very difficult for us to narrow that down to 5, but we think we did very well, and we are very proud of each one of you. So thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for accepting the award.
Thank you again. Our Black Excellence Award awardees as a demonstration how great this county is, the talent and part of what makes this county such a great place to live. So thank you again. Another round of applause for our awardees. All right, we'll move. Yes.
Picture with all the recipients. Thank you.
Sure. Yep. Nope, not a problem. If it's okay, Commissioner, I'm going to move to communications while you do your photo op. We're good? Good. Okay. I'm going to ask the clerk. That means that a quorum can't leave. If the clerk will please read communications that we have received.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There are 2 communications today. The first is dated February 9th, 2024. Dear Chairman Woodward, since its start in 2001, the Brownfield program has proven to be a program that will have a lasting legacy in Oakland County. At its core, the Brownfield program seeks to improve the quality of life for the citizens of Oakland County by protecting the unique environmental features of the county. It also allows redevelopment of our cities and lands. The Brownfield program ensures the development of sustainable communities through remediation and reinvesting in contaminated and abandoned properties. By increasing the local tax bases, facilitating job growth, and utilizing existing infrastructure, the program breathes life back into our community. In accordance with the Brownfield Redevelopment Financing Act, PA 381 of 1996, Section 125.2655, which describes the creation and designation of the Brownfield governing body, I have officially authorized the reappointment of Ann Jamison, Brett Rosigan, Michael Spiz, Grant Trigger, Peter Webster, and David Woodward to the terms listed below to the Oakland County Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Board of Directors. For one-year terms, David Woodward and Michael Spiz, and for a two-year term, Solon Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, please confirm these appointments to the Oakland County Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Board of Directors. It is with your approval that the Brownfield Board of Directors will continue to pave the way for redevelopment efforts and preservation of green space throughout Oakland County. Sincerely, David Coulter, Oakland County Executive. Second and lastly, February 29th, 2024, to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, please accept this letter as notification that I have exercised the authority granted to the chair of the board to approve grant applications in excess of $50,000 for the purposes of meeting a grant submission deadline. Due to the grantor deadlines and the board's grant submission process and calendar, it is not possible to submit the application for full board consideration in accordance with our normal procedures. I have authorized the submission of the following grant applications. Number one, the 2025 HIDA grant application for the Oakland County Sheriff's Office in the amount of approximately $132,300. The grant application deadline is February 16th, 2024. Secondly, the fiscal year 22-23 Burn State Crisis Intervention Program grant application for the Oakland County Sheriff's Office in the amount of approximately $250,901. The grant application deadline is February 9th. Sincerely, David T. Woodward, Chairman, Oakland County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Is there a motion to receive and file and to accept the communications moved by Commissioner Hoffman, seconded by Commissioner Erickson Galt? Any discussion on the communications? Seeing none, all in favor of receiving the communication say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Let the record reflect that the county executive appointments and the grant exceptions are approved unanimously. This will bring us to public comment, the first public comment of tonight's meeting. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to speak on any item on the agenda. We have a second public comment at the end of the meeting to speak on any other topic related to or any topic unrelated to the agenda today. No one signed up. Is there anyone, member of the public, that would like to address the Board of Commissioners? Would our new CFO like to say anything? You don't have to. How about Brian Leffler, our new Chief Financial Officer, is in the house, and let's give a congratulations. His confirmation of his appointment is part of this meeting. So, thank you. I know that he had an opportunity to visit with both caucuses prior to today's meeting, and always welcome, and we'll be working very closely as we begin the process of embarking on closing out this year's budget, but also, more importantly, start building the budget that we will begin hearings later this summer. So seeing nobody else from the public that wishes to speak, I'm going to close the first public comment. And that will bring us to reports of standing committees. And first up is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved by Commissioner Lube, seconded by Commissioner Weipert. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote on the consent agenda?
Commissioner Hoffman? Yes. Commissioner Markham? Yes. Commissioner Nelson? Yes. Mr. Chair, you have 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The consent agenda is adopted. That'll move us to our regular agenda. And first up, we have Economic Development Infrastructure Committee. The chair I know is absent, but Commissioner Johnson will, as the vice chair of the committee, will come up and present the one item.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Today I have one item before us from the report from the Economic Development and Infrastructure Committee. Mr. Chair, I move I move that we adopt the one resolution entitled Owner Representative Services for Renovations to 31 East Judson and 51111 Woodward in Pontiac.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Powell. This is more commonly known as the Downtown Pontiac Redevelopment Project. I have an amendment here. Can someone move my amendment? Moved by Commissioner Cavell, seconded by Commissioner Johnson. The amendment just adds additional clarifying language that should any modifications to this contract for the renovation of for the buyer's representative role of these buildings, should an extension of the terms or any amendment to the original contract will require approval of the Board of Commissioners. Maybe we can just do a voice vote on that. All in favor of that amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Let the record reflect that the amendment is approved unanimously, which brings us to the main motion. Is there any discussion on this resolution? Seeing no discussion, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote. I surprised him by just doing the voice vote on the amendment. He was ready. Commissioner Markham votes yes.
Mr. Chair, there are 12 yeas, 4 nays.
A sufficient, it will come up there eventually, I think. But is it 12-4, a sufficient number voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted. Did we publish it? Did we publish the vote?
Oh, it's showing the Woodward amendment.
Oh, that's why.
What does it show?
It's showing the
The amendment that it was in the queue. I should have just let it go. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Like I said, sufficient number voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That concludes the report of the Economic Development and Infrastructure Committee.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up, I have the Public Health and Safety Committee, the Honorable Commissioner Lubes. Oh, excuse me. It's Finance. I apologize. 1 second. Finance Committee, Commissioner Markham.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have one item to bring before the board tonight, and that is item 15A, the appointment to our Chief Financial Officer position, of Mr. Brian Leffler, who's over there in the corner.
Moved by Commissioner Markham, seconded by Commissioner Hoffman. Any discussion? I think every resident of Oakland County can be very proud of Mr. Leffler's experience, and everything's in the packet. We'll be very well served as Oakland County's first Chief Financial Officer. Oh, well, I guess we should vote first.
Yeah, we
before we applaud. Oh, it's like, Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote?
Charlie.
Yes. Mr. Chair, there are 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. Now we can applaud. Congratulations on the appointment, Mr. Leffler. Commissioner Markham.
That concludes the report of the Finance Committee tonight. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Now we will move to legislative, actually it's legislative affairs, but you're here, so we're gonna do, well, never mind, we can't because I'll mess up everything. All right, 1 second. One more. You can even just hang back here. Commissioner Johnson, Chair of the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Oh, I always get my thing messed up. Where did you go? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I have just one item today in the report from the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. I move the approval of the resolution entitled Agreement between Oakland County and the Oakland County 4-H Fair Association.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Gingell. Any discussion? Commissioner, a tie. Commissioner Cavell, followed by Commissioner Hoffman.
I just want to say a fun fact that you all might not know about me, but in 1993, I was living on a farm as a child, and we won the County 4-H for the biggest pumpkin. So I'm proud to support this.
You just earned your nickname, Commissioner Cavell. Thank you. Commissioner Hoffman.
I think everybody knows how much I support the 4-H. My kids participated in it. I've contributed money to it, but what I object to is the fact that the Springfield Oaks has a barn there. They lease it to people to store their boats and motorhomes and whatever. And I object to that because they're competing with free enterprise. That should not be the purpose of Oakland County government, to compete with free enterprise.
Any other discussion? Well, I love the Oakland County Fair, so I'm voting yes. With that, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Mr. Chair, there are 15 yeas, 1 nay.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That concludes the report of the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. I yield.
Thank you very much. And now the long-awaited arrival of Commissioner Lubes, the Chair of the Public Health and Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The anticipation is great regarding the one item from Public Health and Safety. We have a motion to approve the contract extension with Nye Uniform for an additional 3 years through 7/1/2027 to complete the uniform transition in progress and authorize the Chair of the Board of Commissioners to execute the contract.
Moved by Commissioner Lubes, seconded by Commissioner Gingell. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Mr. Chair, there are 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Lubes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's no other business from the Public Health and Safety at this time.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That will move us on to new and miscellaneous business. I believe that we have a couple of resolutions for introduction. Commissioner Gingell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to introduce Resolution 2024-3935, which is really a request to make Oakland County a sponsor of 2 tournaments at Palazzo DeBasci in 2024. In the past, they've staggered these tournaments and have done 1 year and then the next year an international and then a national. This year, they're going to try to do them together. So this will be referred to finance, follow the committee process. We're certainly welcome debate and discussion, but these are tournaments that allow people to come into these events for free. They put Oakland County on the map in the international bocce community, which one of the things I learned was that bocce is one of the largest sports in the world. And in the past, we've supported these efforts, and I appreciate that support and look forward to working with you. So sorry for the long-winded introduction, but I'll refer it to finance.
Referred without objection. And I believe Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to introduce a miscellaneous resolution to support of the Affordable Connectivity Extension Act of 2024, which is a U.S. Senate Bill 3565, and I'd like to refer it to the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee.
Referred without objection. That will bring us to announcements. Any announcements? Commissioner Miller, followed by Commissioner Johnson. Yeah, I'm almost on the edge of my screen, so I leaned forward and saw you first.
The chairman has spoken. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I want to just bring some food for thought and some history information. So Izzy Taylor Morgan, if you don't know who she is, she's the first and only black treasurer of the United States. So she served from September 12th, 1977 to January 20th, 1981. So all the dollars have her signature on it. She served under President Carter. She was she was the only one to do that, and it's been a woman ever since. But it's a good thing that even the times back then, we still recognize diversity.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one really exciting event. If you've ever driven down Auburn Road, it's an old M59 right there. In my neck of the woods in Rochester Hills, you'll probably have noticed a large mosque. That's the Islamic Association of Greater Detroit. They've been there since the 80s. The association as a nonprofit and as a Muslim community has actually been around since the early 70s. If you have driven past there in the last 4 years, you've noticed that it's been under construction. That's because they've been undergoing a massive expansion and renovation. The grand opening ribbon cutting is Saturday. That will make it the single largest mosque in the United States. It's a really thriving Islamic community in the Detroit area. On Saturday, we will be having Mayor Duggan, as well as our mayor, 4 Congress people, the governor, a bunch of folks coming to celebrate that. So I'm just really proud of this project finally being done and for it taking the crown of largest in the United States.
Great. Thank you very much. Any other announcements? Commissioner Lubes.
I would like to thank the board for the sponsorship at Troy Historic Village for Civil War Days and Indigenous Voices. And Troy Historic Village would invite all the commissioners out May 14th from noon to 1:30 for a preview of Civil War Days if you're interested.
All right. Thank you very much. We will have staff make sure to communicate that to everybody. Any other announcements? Seeing none, we'll end the announcements, and this will bring us to our second public comment. This is an opportunity for members of the public to speak on any topic on the agenda or not. Suzanne Maloney signed up, so you're first up.
Where do I stand? Right
You can say, there's a microphone right there, so you can just pull that down.
You know, it's very dangerous to give me a microphone.
There you go. Well, welcome.
My working people knew that. Okay, guys, I have some comments. Some of them are no longer applicable because I've learned so much today about what a consent agenda is, learning from my partner there. But anyway, recently I began attending the Oakland County Board of Commissioners meeting, and I'd just like to share some impressions. And again, I want to say these could be wrong impressions. But anyway, the meeting is scheduled to start at 6, and every time it's late. So you know what? With a public meeting, I think you guys ought to be more concerned about getting it started on time. You know what? To start out with the best thing about these meetings, the presentation segment of the meeting is very well done, recognizing the individuals and organizations from Oakland County. And I've really enjoyed that part of the presentation. Now, I learned what a consent agenda is, but I still feel, I know it's to speed the meeting along, but I think if there was just a line from whoever promoted that particular agenda item about what it's all about, it would be more transparent. There are words literally on the agenda. I have no idea what they are. And I think that would help the public, here's where I'm leading to, be more involved in this meeting. There's no way that there should only be the 2 of us attending this meeting. There should be public attending, and I don't know how many are on Zoom, but anyway. Now, also the items like anti-racist parenting educational workshops in Huntington Woods and the $2 per month water bill item. I think the public needs more information, again, on what those things are all about. And I noted that Macomb County voted against that $2 thing. I thought I heard. Anyway, I could be wrong again on that. I just think if the transparency was greater with just bullet point items explaining that, I think you might get more public attendance here. And I would like all of you to think about, how could I get more people from my area that I represent to attend these meetings? You know, they're held in public for a reason. And you know what? It can only help letting them know more about it. Oh my God, I don't have that much time left, do I? Or did I expire? Oh, okay. Very good. Well, I'm finished then. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Maloney. I'm going to break from protocol just a little bit because you raised, some questions. I just want to make sure it's, also clearly understood for anyone listening at home. Everything on the consent agenda has gone through a committee process. That was last week. All those meetings are streamed. A lot more dialogue and discussion happens there. They land on the consent agenda because there's bipartisan unanimous vote, and that's what brings things onto the consent agenda. When it comes to transparency, we live stream, attach more documentation onto our meetings than any other county board, and it's been verified around the entire state. And so all that information is there, explaining not only what the content of the resolution is, but also the supporting materials on the items that we took, that we voted on today, as well as all the work that went to the committee. And all those committee meetings are taped, recorded, live streamed, and posted permanently for the public to see. And as such, as we'd love everyone to come here, anyone can participate from anywhere across the world. So, thank you. Any other public comment? Well, I appreciate you coming out here. And with that, we will end the second public comment, and we stand adjourned to March 14th, 2024, or call the chair.